This is a tutorial on how to set up the Red Karma Farming Bot v4. So the first thing you want to do is open your browser, of course, and go to python.org. You'll get this website. You can probably tell because it's a very unique blue background. And you go to downloads, and you can download for Windows. This tutorial is for Windows, by the way. There will be a separate tutorial for Linux. And right here, you click this, save, and you run it. And I already have it installed, but just run through the process and make sure it should say, there should be something that says add to path. Right here, around here, it should ask you if you want to add it to path. Otherwise, check it, make sure it's checked, or your installation will not be working that good. So now, next thing you can do is open up, go on the Discord, and the links will be in the description, but if you are in the Discord, there is a Red Karma Farming Bot channel, and the what is this? Channel description right here contains the documentation, and don't worry about source code or anything. If you want, if does the bot work, you can see testimonials in the channel pins. So just go to the channel description and do this first. Listen. So you go here, getting started, and what you'll need to do is go here. Oh, I closed it. Hold on, let me open in a new tab. And let's sign up. Let me open up temp mail. So this loads. Copy it, and then you should put your real email right there. By the way, I'm just using temp mail because I don't want to reveal mine. And you can make your username anything. I'm gonna use this suggested. Randomly report lopsided, and password. This is censored because it's a bunch of usernames, and I don't want to leak my usernames. So I'm just gonna type a password. It can be any password, really. And just sign up. Do this check if you need to, and sign up. Just click finish. You don't have to worry about this. It just randomly gives you a bunch. And now, right here, it looks blank, but it says, "Are you a developer? Create an app." So you're gonna click on that and make sure this is selected script. If this is not script, then it will probably not work. So you can name this anything. I'm going to name it bot tutorial. Description, it can be anything. And about URL, it can be any URL. It can be Google, it can be http example.com, and you have to include HTTP or HTTPS, not just the domain, because it needs that. And http://example.com. I usually do example.com. So now we create app, and it shows our secret, this, and that's about all we need. So now we can, the next thing, keep this page open, this preferences, and go to the GitHub. And what you're going to want to do is go to the GitHub, and you'll see a bunch of files right here. And you'll see some documentation and features. But all you need to do is click code right here and download zip. So I have personally I use 7-zip because it's just good. I don't use WinRAR because it's just not good. And I'm going to put this on my desktop for convenience's sake. Let me close that. And then what you're gonna do is, if you installed Python correctly, you run this file, run windows.bat, it should say Python found. If it says Python found, you did good, but the next line it should say VS 2019 build tools not found, which is normal because we didn't get to installing that yet. So you can just press enter or any key. I just press enter. And then what we're going to do, if we go back to the documentation that's on the GitHub, that I went from the Discord. We're going, oh no, we're not going here. We're going to docs windows.md. So you'll see we need to, we already downloaded Python. We need to download Visual Studio 2019 build tools from this link. So we'll go here. This should download in a second. See? 1.3 megabytes. Not that large. Click that. Continue. If we go back to the documentation. Oh, let's go back on the tab. So it provides a helpful screenshot. Once this finishes doing its thing, we're going to go and you see C++ build tools. Check that. And you can uncheck everything except these three. So we want MSVC 4.2, we want Windows 10 SDK, we want C++, so we can uncheck both of these. And right here, it's 6 gigabytes download. You click install, and this will take a while. So I will get back to you when this finishes. Alright, so it's been about 10 or 15 minutes. And as you see, installation succeeded. Installation succeeded, and it's asking me to launch Visual Studio. I'm just going to close this, and we're going to go to our Reddit Karma Farming folder. So if we go into, we have a, not there. If we go into run windows.bat, now, see, look, VS 2019 build tools excellent, found PyStemmer, Python found, that's great. And now it's doing its setup, installing dependencies, it's installing PyStemmer, created a virtual environment. And it's, doing stuff that I'm not, it's doing stuff, and this should not take more than 1 minute to, more than 1 or 2 minutes to complete. Right here it says 6 out of 38, 7 out of 38, and I'm pretty sure that's the remaining time. So we're just gonna wait till this fills up. "31 out of 38, and it says 4 seconds remaining. So it's done installing the dependencies, and it's asking me to input client ID. So our client ID, if we go to our preferences that I told you not to close earlier, it's this. when I first set up a bot like this, it wasn't too obvious, but your client ID is right under like the name right here and next to this icon. It's right here. You're gonna copy it and you're gonna paste it in there. Your client secret is right here. You know, it says secret. Control C. Your password is your, it's not here, it's the account password. So I'm going to type in my account password and the username is report lopsided. Report lopsided. Alright, so config file.env created, please rerun the bot, exiting. So now it says press any key to continue. I'm just gonna press enter and we can run it again. Excellent. Alright, and just like that, we got the bot running. So it says right here the bot is running. It has a chance to perform every action every second. Be patient. It has a shadow ban check. Stuff like that. It checks for internet connection. It shows your config. See, you can edit the config. I'm gonna show you right after. If you wanna, you can just, oh look, nah, it did a shadow ban check, so you can just X out, and you can go to, I'm pretty sure it's source. No, let me check the documentation. Reddit. Alright, let me check it here. So installation guide, configure, source/config. So src config. So now there's a bunch of config files right here. Kobe config. I recommend not worrying about that. Common config, config menu, Reddit config. So let's go through Kobe config first. Or Kobe, I don't know how to pronounce it. So, you shouldn't really touch this stuff unless you know what you're doing. But here's, so the minimum database size is 50 megabytes. So the bot will not comment unless the database is at least 50 megabytes in size. So you can change that. If you wanted to comment instantly, you could write 1 megabyte, and that would produce really bad comments, so I don't recommend that. You can increase it 150 megabytes, you can make it 500 megabytes, but your minimum cannot be more than your maximum. So, it can be the same amount, but not the same. I mean, it can be the same amount, but not less. So 500 megabytes. So now the bot will comment at 500 megabytes. So let's move into common config. You can edit with Notepad++ if you want. Doesn't really matter. So here, you shouldn't really worry about this stuff. Config root. Yeah, so the only thing you should worry about right here is day and minute. So, actually you shouldn't touch this file because it's just asking how many seconds are in a day and how many seconds are in a minute. So you can customize that. Let me close this out. Config menu. Let's see what's in there. So we have UI. You can customize the user interface if you want. I don't recommend touching that unless you're an advanced user. Reddit config. This is probably the most important. So, these are the chances. So, every second, the bot has a chance to do something. So, it has a 0.002 chance to comment. You can increase that to 0.05 if you want it to, if you want it to comment more often. remove low scores. So basically every second there's a certain action that can be done. So sometimes it'll remove low scores, which are comments that have -2 votes. It has a chance to reply to a comment. It has a chance to make a comment. It has a chance to post. It has a chance to do a shadow ban check. And here are sub list. So uh and also there's a schedule. So if you want it to be always awake, you would just delete this completely, just like that. This is a YML file. It might look a little weird compared to other things if you have experience with that. If you don't want it to sleep, then you just remove that. Otherwise, it has documentation right here. So if you wanted 10 p.m. to 2 a.m., you would just type 22 to 200. No, you would write what? I'm no, you would write 7 to 10. 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. And this is minutes, and this is no, that's hours, and this is minutes. So 10 a.m. 2 p.m. and it's 24-hour format. So 2200 would be 10 p.m. and 2 would be 2 a.m. So this would run from 2 a.m. to 4 a.m. if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. It says some stuff right here. Add the schedule number to array, and the bot will run within that time range. And if you want it, and as I showed, if you want no time, which means always running, then you can just remove that. I'm not gonna save. So that's all of the config you want to see. Don't worry about that folder. And yeah, that's about it for this tutorial. So if you have any questions, you could come to our community right here. Invite link will be in the description. Um, anyways, there you go.